guys, and welcome back to another Change Wired podcast episode. Today, you're gonna walk away empowered more than ever with tools, ideas, very practical, science-backed, something that you can apply right away so you could win in life easier. Change Wired podcast. Today, guys, we explore how to rewire your habits, your systems, and your thinking for a life full of impact, alignment, and fulfillment. Today's episode is about knowing your genius and, very importantly, designing your work and life around it. We'll talk about why self-awareness isn't just some personal development fluff that your company or maybe your coach make you do, but instead it's a strategy for building a life that works, building a life of worldly success. We're going to talk about our strengths, guys, and we're going to talk about how you can learn better and more about your strengths. And most importantly, how to then use AI, among other systems, to help you apply those strengths where it matters the most, bringing you most fulfillment and the most positive impact and value in the world. I want to start with a personal incident and story. This morning, I broke another one of those coffee plungers, glass all over, morning cleanup, not the coffee I wanted to make for sure. But why I'm telling you this story, it's not the first plunger that I broke and not going to be the last. And I'm totally okay with that. I'm staying right now with my parents, my dad might not be really appreciative of this fact, but that is just me. I wouldn't hire myself to sell some crystal in some luxury boutique shop. I'm like an elephant in a china shop. I'm absorbed in my own thinking and ideation while making my coffee, not really paying attention to anything outside of me. And that's how you get your coffee plungers, among other things, broken. Which doesn't work if you do end up working in a luxury shop selling crystal or expensive china. But this kind of character traits are known to be features of great thinkers and inventors, among which is Einstein, who never said the phrase, but it is attributed to him: "Don't judge fish genius by its ability to climb a tree." Meaning, we all have our geniuses and different strengths and attributes, when applied to their own contexts, produce disasters, like a lot of broken coffee plungers, which reminds me, they always advertise oh, it's made of glass, it's so pure. But for people like myself, it's not a feature, it's a bug. Because a lot of things that surround me end up flying around me while I'm again absorbed in ideation, thinking, seeing patterns that nobody notices, creating models and systems, bringing clarity to an systematic simplicity to where other people just see mass. My clients that I work with, especially who I work with for a long period of time, one-on-one, they often tell me, Angela, I've never thought about this in this way. Or, I love the thing you said, I'm going to use it. So what I realized, and still I guess kind of in the process of applying it fully to capitalize on all the different opportunities in life, what I realized is seeing patterns and things that others miss, and then building systems to put that new knowledge, new insight, new way of seeing things you haven't seen before into practice for people, with people. That's my superpower. And also, again, thinking deeper about concepts and seeing patterns and creating or distilling those pieces of systems, which a lot of which the most of the world will miss, and putting them into some solutions, which then allows the world to function better, or all of us achieve our goals better. So that's my superpower. And as I'm reading yet another book on how to build the fulfilling, impactful, successful life, I dug out all of my assessments, DISC assessment, via strengths in action assessment, attributes, cliff strengths. I dug them all out, and I put them in ChatGPT and asked ChatGPT, can you please help me create a schedule and the way to sell, to offer my work, the way to organize my work and recovery schedule, and even sales conversation, so it feels energizing. And so I apply my strengths to actually, for example, create more business versus feeling like it's super, super hard to sell stuff. And because of that, because I use a method that is not my internal strengths or not natural to me, ending up not really succeeding because, again, somebody else said, this is how you should do. My way of selling things based on all of these assessments is collaborative exploration, basically having conversations and helping people to see where they miss things, their blind spots, patterns that they haven't noticed, and then asking, do you want to work on this together and build systems around that so you get the results that you want? And we're going to work on it step by step. And here is the first insight that you can put in place, you can put in action right away and go get the results. And people know that they're going to get the results because of the thing that they haven't noticed, and they somehow intuitively know that that's the missing piece in the picture, in the puzzle that they needed to solve this specific problem or issue to move forward. That is all to say, guys, that more and more, as I'm kind of getting frustrated with knocking on doors which are closed for me and where my talents and genius are not that appreciated. Instead of that, I'm asking myself these days more often, coming up to my 38th birthday in just short couple of weeks or so, a little bit more than that, I'm asking myself, where are the doors that are wide open? Where are the places where my talents and genius can be used to their most potential? Where can I develop that even more? So it's really like that one-of-a-kind diamond that you wouldn't get anywhere else. Where are the doors that are wide open? And I keep knocking on the doors that are closed, losing and draining myself so much. And this book that I'm reading right now by Yu-kai Chou, one of the leading game designers. He even has a page on Wikipedia. 10 hours game, 10 hours of play. I believe that's, let me look it up. 10 hours of play, Yu-kai Chou. I'm looking it up, the subtitle. 10 hours of play unlock a real life legendary success. And the book is amazing because it walks you through the success journey of people who achieved extraordinary success by all worldly measures, from Oprah to Disney and a lot of other people like Gandhi. So he walks you through a system, a model that he saw, because, by the way, Yu-kai is also someone who sees patterns and comes up with ideas and creates systems and can envision models. So, and that's what he's doing for a living. So I find a lot of similarities between myself and Yu-kai. So he created this book, 10 Hours of Play, kind of actualizing, creating actionable model for living out your hero's journey. Each of us in this life is a hero of your own story, of your own journey, with your own strengths, attributes, and capabilities, and quests, and your life's mission for which you are perfectly designed. And when you follow this path, when you follow this model, figuring out your mission, your attributes, your skill set, your allies, your quests to develop further your strengths and create more value in the world, when you follow this path, amazing things start happening. Not only that, you're gonna feel like you're this fish swimming in waters, going deeper and going up, extracting some pearls of wisdom, versus the same fish trying to climb a tree and having really hard time doing that because it was never designed for that, right? So that is the book, 10 Hours of Play, How Unlock Your Real Life Legendary Success. A lot of stories, great framework, but it misses some things like character assessments, which you need to go to other places, like some of the places which I mentioned on my blog. Some of the best character assessment might help you, for example, to find your strengths and to then apply in life. The VIA Character Strengths Survey, the disc, I'm gonna link them in the show notes. So these are the best proven ways to assess your character strengths, so then you can apply them in your life. And parts of them are free, some of them are cost some money, but not a lot. And I believe if you want to have a life of success and truly capitalize on your strengths, on your genius, and achieve extraordinary success without feeling like you have to kill yourself and burn yourself out, to do that, that is a way to go. You need to figure out what's your mission, what your strengths are, where you can apply them, where they are valued the most, like gold, and then get out there and organize your schedule, your work, your relationships around that. And that's seems to be from the history of amazing, extraordinary people. That's how you achieve extraordinary success without killing yourself over it. Not that you're not gonna work hard, but that's, as they say, that hard work gonna feel like play, like swimming in water feels for fish. Try go swimming, see how easy it feels for you, right? So you're not exactly fish. The character assessment, 3 of them are linked in the show notes. And another practical takeaway, pick up the book, 10 Hours of Play. Amazing. It will give you a great framework of where to look for the missing pieces so you achieve the success you want and you feel the most fulfilled, and you feel like when you work hard, it's like play, instead of being draining and de-energizing and burning you out. So pick up the book, check out 3 strengths assessments in the link in the show notes. And the last but not least, look guys, again, think of me breaking another coffee plunger. I'm just not creating for smaller detail-oriented work. Like ask me to do a detailed tax report, not gonna happen. Not because I don't understand math or I couldn't do it for some reason, but because it's just not my strengths and it's gonna feel so draining. And I realized it a long time ago, but it's taken me forever to apply it to my life. And what I did also on the practical side of things and living in the AI era that we are living in, I gathered all this assessment, put it in my ChatGPT, and I also gave ChatGPT a little bit more guidance, like, following through on detailed stuff is my blind spot. So can you help me build a system with reflections daily and weekly to make sure that I protect myself from those weaknesses and blind spots, and I also don't drain myself trying to do the sales in a pushy way, which is not my way, and then failing and not getting anywhere. Instead, help me to lean into my strengths like collaborative exploration, so I actually help more people sell more and get to develop my strengths more to bring even more value. So use ChatGPT to create systems which will help you to capitalize on your strengths and build system to protect yourself from your own blind spots and weaknesses so they don't trip you And instead, you kind of like build bridges above them and walk over to where you need to go. And all of that to said, that is not selfish or somehow avoiding hard work. No, you're going to be working hard, but on the right things, which bring more value and more to the world and more success to you. So actionable steps from today before we jump into them. Don't forget to share, review, give it to people that you also would like to succeed and feel fulfilled and happy creating value in the world. Share with them this podcast and then get out there and keep yourself accountable on doing the strengths assessment and then using ChatGPT to put that into action and keep each other accountable on what you do each day and each week on these insights, because knowledge is not power, just potential power. Then when you use it, that's what you get, the outcomes. But share, review, rate on all the podcast platforms where you find this podcast. And the practical takeaway, pick up the book. That's like additional assignment, 10 hours of play to live out your hero's journey. Number 2, check out the links for 3 most proved and popular for a good reason, science-backed strengths assessments. You have your DISC, you have your Cliff Strengths Finder, and you have your, again, actionable strengths survey. So a couple of them are free. The rest you want to pay for to get more detail. When you do that, then put them in ChatGPT and ask to help you design your work, your schedule, your recovery, your task. Help ChatGPT to design systems to capitalize on your strengths and protect you from your own blind spots and weaknesses. So pick up the book, do the assessment, talk to ChatGPT to build a system. And that's it, guys. Let's be the fish who swims the waters, not who tries to climb the trees. Because, again, not only you're going to create more value than ever in the world, but also you're going to live the most extraordinary, most fulfilling life. And I'm raising my water to that with electrolytes. And thank you for your attention. Until next time, keep growing.